Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. All right, listen, I know you guys have been waiting for this. You have been asking for it. You have been wanting me to give you guys some information about the Cayo Perico Heist, all right? And this video, I'm going to be breaking this down and having an honest discussion with you about this heist, all right? And I think overall you're actually going to like this, okay? This is in some ways a guide, in some ways a tutorial, but mainly it's more of a realization. It's more of a understanding of what this heist really is, okay? So, let's be clear. Everybody is hype about this DLC and this heist because you can do this solo. So, come with me on this journey. Wait, before we go, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe. You know it's going to be a banger. Go ahead, turn on notifications, all that good stuff, all right? Anyways, where were we? Yes. Come with me on this journey, right? Let's just pretend that this is exactly what everybody wants. This is a solo heist. The big question is, what's the payouts? Is it going to be easy? Can we do this? And this heist, I'll be honest, it's a little confusing. There's some things that you kind of have to work yourself through and figure some stuff out. And I know it's still early days, right? Just a couple of days, the DLC being out, not even that really. But I already see this for what it is, okay? I already predicted this, I called this. This heist is definitely going to be doable for solo players, absolutely. However, a lot of people are getting caught up in doing all of these little mini missions inside, finding these bolt cutters. I've spent hours and hours looking for grappling hooks, bolt cutters, all this stuff. But remember why and what you want this heist to be and why you want it to be this. This is a solo friendly heist, right? So as we've gone through this, as me and my crew, big shout out to G-Man, GV, appreciate that, bro. You've helped me out greatly on this. All the old school gamers. We have come to the realization that this is a solo heist. Yeah, you can do this with your buddies and stuff like that, but for the majority of people out there, you're by yourself. There is zero reason to be doing all these extra, finding all these bolt cutters and this and that and finding all this other extra, stuff to steal. Yeah, sure, you can get a little bit here and there, but if you're a solo player, there's a few things you guys have to understand that you may not know. For one, you can only carry so much loot. And there's two different types of loot in this heist. You have your main mission or your main loot, and then you have the secondary, right? You have your primary income that you'll make off of this, your primary target, your primary money that you'll make with whatever the, acquisition is. For example, the first heist is going to be with Martin's Madrazo's files. That's the primary, right? Then everything else is secondary. The cocoa, the cash, the weed, whatever else. And you are spending hours going around this island, walking on pins and needles with, quarters and dimes squeezed between your butt cheeks as you're trying to walk around this map and not get detected. All that's irrelevant. Even if you have a full crew with you, it's going to be very difficult to be able to get all this income, all this money without being detected, for one. And even if you do go through this without being detected, it's not something that as a money grinder consistently will be able to do. Now, again, it's early days. We may find a meta where you'll be able to run through this just like we did with Silent and Sneaky, right? Where at first it was crazy. Everybody was failing, but then we got through. But this is not the casino. This is not that. There's a few guards you get to, pistol whip. This is a little bit more difficult. This is a little bit more, it's just a bigger heist, right? I love the concept. I love the theory. I love everything about this. This is a legitimate, true heist. I love it. It's great. Okay? But I fear that everybody's getting caught up with trying to find all this stuff, and none of it is necessary because remember what this is. It is a solo heist. All you need to focus on is getting your primary setup missions done, and then just getting your primary income. Don't worry about finding all those bolt cutters. Now, listen, there are awards for this DLC. You can check it out in your stats. Go to stats, go to the awards, go to the Cayo Perico heist, and there's little things, and one of them is, finding everything, finding all the stuff, right? That's fine. If you want to do that the one time, go for it. I'm going to do it. However, to consistently do that over and over, it will drive you crazy. Because let me share something with you. After you complete the first heist, all those bolt cutters that you find, all of this and that, the grappling hooks that you'll never even use anyways, all that goes away. And when you set up the next heist, it's all brand new. And it's all random. So it's in random locations. It's in, random areas. Even the guards are randomized. They move around differently and stuff like that. So it's not going to be the same. It's not like the casino heist where you can pretty much, count on just one or two different little like methods or one or two different little routes where the guards will be going or whatever. The biggest wrench in the whole thing is if, guards get frozen. So you would have to start all over from scratch and find all that stuff all over again for something that you're not going to use. So I believe that the new meta for solo heist players, which is what everybody wants, right? And listen, I know for a fact, I'll be making this video. Everyone's like, well, Ty, I want to do this with all my friends. When for years, everybody has been like, guys, I don't have any friends. I want a solo heist, right? I promise you, now all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, everybody's got like 50 friends, and they want to do it with all of them, right? They want to do this heist with everybody. Anyways, that's besides the point. All you need to do with these heists, get those primary setup missions done, which you'll see that when you get in there and get this knocked out. Don't worry about all the other crazy stuff. Don't worry about finding all these points of interest and things like that. You don't need it, because if you are solo, for one, you're not going to be able to get all of it. You can't. There's no way. I've seen thumbnails. I've seen some of the biggest clickbait thumbnails. Solo heist, max payout, 4.8 million. That's bullshit. You can't take any of that. You can't take a quarter of all that. It just doesn't work. It's just not going to work out like that. Okay, you get your primary, you can still get some good money. Don't get me wrong. Look, we only had 2 people right here, and we were pulling out 1.7 million. We had our primary, which was Martin Madrazo files for 1.1 million, and then we were able to pick up between the 2 of us some more cash. That is great. We had 3 people in the heist, but 2 of us were going through it because one of us died, right? So at the end of this heist, we all end up making about 500 grand, 550,000. That is fantastic. But it's on par with the casino, and it pales in comparison to what you would have made if you were just by yourself and just focused on the Martin Madrazo files, right? The Madrazo files would have paid 1.1 million. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about right here. Absolutely, you can do this with your friends. You can get more. Even with your friends, though, it's going to be very difficult to get everything and get out without, getting blasted and having to spam your armor and your snacks like we were doing here. Again, this is just our first time, right? But if you're just by yourself, you're solo, which is what you want this heist to be. Just focus on the main goal, the main money, right? The primary money. If for this would have been the Martin files or the Madrazo files, would have walked out of there with 1.1 million. Easy money. Don't have to worry about all the other stuff. So I want to kind of give you guys this understanding, this realization. Don't stress out over all this other crazy stuff that's in this heist, all these other points of interest. Yes, find all of your, infiltration routes. Find all of your exit routes. Find all that stuff. That's important. That will stick with you throughout the heist. All that will stay, okay? But the points of interest will change out. So you'll have to redo. You have to spend hours and trying to, dodge all the security over and over and over and over again. You don't need to do that, okay? The new meta is going to be, whether or not it's with your friends or solo, the new meta is going to be just getting in there, getting the bare minimum, because it's all about time to money ratio, right? Again, for the content, do the extra for the content. But if you're going to be using this as a money method, that's not what you want to do, okay? Let me show you what I'm talking about right here. So we finished up the Madrazo files heist. And as you see right here, all the secondary targets are gone. All the cash around the island, the cocoa, the weed, all that stuff is gone. Got to start all over again, okay? Points of interest, all those bolt cutters, the grappling hooks, that was all for that particular heist, the Madrazo files heist. Those are all gone now. We're doing a new heist now. Now, of course, the infiltration, the escape points, the compound entry points, those are all still there. those are going to be solid, hard fixtures that aren't going to go anywhere at all. So the infiltration points, the airstrip, Halo jump, West Beach, all that stuff is going to remain the same because it's, physically on the island, right? The escape points all going to be the same. It's all going to be right there. Airstrip, main dock, the north dock, the submarine. That's all going to stay the same. The compound entry points all stays the same. Okay. So that's good. You do that one time, you're done. No big deal. And then when we set up the next heist, this is the Sin Simi Tequila or whatever. It's a new primary target. $990,000 for that one by itself. So if you are a solo heist player, which is what we want, you roll up in there, you go into the same house we were just in, El Rubio's, right? You bust in there, you grab that, you're walking out with almost $1 million by yourself. And if you can get anything extra, that's fine. But don't think you're going to walk out of there with like $5 million by yourself. It's not going to happen. It'd be extremely rare to do that even with your buddies or your friends. Can it be done with your friends? Yeah. But even with 4 people, it's going to be difficult to get all that and still make that same amount of money consistently. Okay? So keep that in mind. I wanted to have this conversation with you guys, bring this to fruition, help you understand this, help you see what the deal is with this heist. And you can get paid, man, but save your time at the same time. So hell yeah, man. Listen, thank you all so much for coming to the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest and realest content in the game. All right, guys? And remember, turn on notifications, drop that like, all that good stuff. We got way more content to come. So, I got a lot more videos coming out there. Make sure you guys stick around with this. I really do appreciate you coming out. Seriously, thank you very much for watching the video, all right? We'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Yeah.